Today, let's take a look at Cardano, a popular proof-of-stake blockchain founded in 2017 that serves as an alternative to other proof-of-stake blockchains such as Ethereum or Polkadot. Stay tuned after the jump. I'm Corey, and on this channel I help you decode technology and innovation to grow your wealth on the journey to financial independence. In this video, we'll learn what Cardano is, how Cardano works, and discuss its token economics and roadmap. Okay, so let's get into it. What is Cardano? Cardano was created in 2017 by Charles Hoskinson and Jeremy Wood. Charles Hoskinson is also one of the co-founders of Ethereum. Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain founded on peer-reviewed research and developed through evidence-based methods that seeks to combine pioneering technologies and bring unparalleled security and sustainability to dApps, systems, and societies. Cardano's mission is to redistribute power from unaccountable structures to the margins, to individuals, and to be an enabling force for positive change and progress. Cardano team states that in the spirit of many open source projects, Cardano did not begin with a comprehensive roadmap or even an authoritative white paper. Rather, it embraced a collection of design principles, engineering best practices, and avenues for exploration. So how does Cardano work? And let's go over its network structure. So Cardano is made up of two different protocols: a provably secure proof-of-stake based cryptocurrency, which is based on the Cardano Settlement Layer, or CSL, and it has a set of protocols called the Cardano Computation Layer, or CCL. The two collections of protocols work together as a team with CSL, Cardano Settlement Layer, to transfer ADA between accounts and to record transactions. ADA is the native token of the Cardano network. The CCL, the Cardano Computation Layer, contains the smart contract logic that developers can leverage to programmatically move funds on the network. So, all blockchains have some form of a consensus mechanism, and Cardano uses a proof-of-stake protocol as its consensus mechanism, which they have called the Ouroboros, which was designed by a team of cryptographers from academia. The Ouroboros proof-of-stake mechanism is used by all computers on the network to provide network security, to validate transactions, and to earn newly minted ADA tokens. I'll put a link in the show notes below for my video on proof of work versus proof of stake, and you can take a look at that to get a primer on the high-level concepts. According to Cardano, the core innovation it brings beyond being proven and secure is using a rigorous cryptographic model that is modular and flexible in design, which allows the composition of many protocols to enhance its functionality. Make sure to check out the show notes where I include links to peer-reviewed research from the Cardano project so that you can take a deep dive and learn more. The goal of the Cardano protocol is to allow for modularity so that the network can grow and scale over time to meet the needs of future growth. In this regard, the Cardano blockchain has a similar goal to many of the other blockchains, which is also to actually increase scalability, which is really to say that they want the world to be able to use the blockchain. Cardano's code is also written in Haskell programming language. So this programming language is actually commonly used by banks and in the defense industry. So under the Cardano proof-of-stake model, users can join the network as one of three different types of nodes. They could be M-Core nodes, which stake ADA tokens, and participate in blockchain governance. They could be relay nodes, which you may remember that term from my video on Polkadot. Relay nodes send data between M-Core nodes and the public internet. And then they have edge nodes, which create cryptocurrency transactions. So next, let's take a look at ADA tokens and the token economics. Cardano's native token is called ADA, and it was named after the 19th century mathematician Ada Lovelace. Ownership of the ADA token allows you to be a slot leader and add new blocks to the blockchain, along with earning a share of fees paid for transactions in blocks. Just in case that's not clear, blockchains, all of them actually, are in the business of creating blocks. And so where you hear references to creating new blocks on the blockchain and the consensus mechanism and the topics that I've gone about discussing here, that's really the core theme to keep in mind. All blockchains are in the business of creating new blocks and either validating or selling those new blocks in some fashion. Let's get back to ADA. ADA tokens are also used for voting on software policies, issues such as monetary policy, in this case the token inflation rate, and it gives participants an incentive to hold ADA to ensure its future value. Under the Shelley platform upgrade in summer of 2020, the blockchain officially started the process of decentralizing itself, and this brought forth delegated delegated staking, which enabled by the ADA token and means that holders of ADA can now delegate or assign their votes to other users on the Cardano network and earn ADA rewards on the Cardano blockchain for doing so. The other point to note here is that ADA has a maximum supply of 45 billion tokens. And you'll recall this is in contrast to other blockchains with different supply and token economics. Next, let's take a look at the roadmap and then some thoughts on the project. So to recap, Cardano started with an ethos of rigorous peer review and research into its protocol development, and it sought to incorporate the strongest elements of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other protocols into its own unique modularity and governance. So where is Cardano today? Let's take a look at the roadmap and get a sense for why people are excited for the development today and looking forward to what comes next. The Cardano roadmap is organized into 5 sections, which they call eras, with the goal of building out the network fully. You have Byron, Shelley, Gauguin, Basho, and Voltaire. Each era is centered around a set of functionalities delivered across the entire blockchain and the network. So first we have the Byron era, which is the foundational era. The first iteration of the Cardano blockchain launched in 2017, and with the Cardano mainnet, it brought a few key functions and allowed users to buy and sell ADA cryptocurrency and focused on building out the global Cardano community and distribution of the token on global exchanges. Byron brought the dataless wallet, which is the official desktop wallet for ADA, as well as Yoyori, a light wallet that was designed for quick transactions and day-to-day use. Finally, as discussed, we have the Ouroboros consensus protocol, which was launched at the same time as the Byron era. Next, we have the Shelley era, which is focusing on decentralization. Starting in 2020, the Shelley upgrade to the Cardano protocol launched and brought with it a dedicated and delegated staking mechanism, which, as I previously mentioned, staking pools for Cardano and a new decoupled wallet. Shelley marked the push for decentralization of the Cardano network and moving to community operation of the network nodes away from a more federated system, which is a centralized control approach. Cardano's stated goal is that by the end of the Shelley era, which we're still in currently, Cardano will be anywhere from 50 to 100 times more decentralized than other large blockchain networks, with the incentive schemes designed to reach equilibrium for the network around 1,000 staking pools. Next, the Gauguin smart contract era. Gauguin adds the ability to build decentralized applications or dApps on Cardano's solid foundation of peer-reviewed research and high assurance development. The Gauguin development began actually in parallel with the Shelley era, and when complete, it will allow both technical and non-technical users to create and execute functional smart contracts on the Cardano network. A core goal for the Gauguin era has been the creation of Plutus, a purpose-built smart contract development language and execution platform using the functional programming language Haskell, which I mentioned previously. Plutus is currently available for testing and brings the benefits of functional programming to smart contract creation and allows one code base to support both on-chain and off-chain components, which should improve the software development experience for all the devs out there. So next in the Gauguin era is trying to make Cardano more accessible to a wider audience via Marlowe. Now, Marlowe is a high-level domain-specific language built for financial contracts on Plutus, and it allows financial and business professionals with no previous technical knowledge to actually create smart contracts. Marlowe comes with the Marlowe Playground, which is an easy-to-use application building platform that non-programmers can actually use to build financial smart contracts. Together, Marlowe and Marlowe Playground simplify the process of actually creating smart contracts for financial applications, allowing subject matter experts to directly contribute without requiring deep programming skills. Next comes the addition of the multi-currency ledger to allow the creation of fungible and non-fungible tokens, which you may be familiar with if you've seen my videos on NFTs. As we land the plane here, you've got Basho, which is the scaling era. This era has not actually started yet, but the Basho era will be about improving the underlying performance of the Cardano network to better support growth and adoption for applications with high transaction value. So Basho will be the introduction of side chains or new blockchains that are interoperable with the Cardano main chain. And the potential here is really to extend the growth and scale of the network. So sidechains can be used in similar ways with concepts such as sharding, which you'll hear in the Ethereum space, as well as in the Polkadot network. They approach the problem slightly differently with their use of the Canary network and parachains. For my video on Polkadot and its approach, check out the playlist right above. So next, Basho will extend the UTXO model of the main Cardano chain and allow sidechains the ability to support and switch between UTXO UTXOs and account-based models using sidechains. So to round things out here, we've got the Voltaire era, which is the governance-focused era. This era also hasn't started yet, but it will introduce a voting and treasury system, and network participants will be able to use their stake and voting rights to influence the future development of the network. The ultimate goal of the Voltaire era will be to add the ability for network participants to present Cardano improvement proposals that have been voted on by stakeholders, leveraging the already existing stake and delegation process. Next, Voltaire will also usher in the addition of a treasury system whereby a fraction of all transaction fees will be pooled to provide funds for the development activities undertaken following the voting process. So let me know in the comments what you think about Cardano's peer-reviewed approach and roadmap for future decentralization. Are you buying Cardano NFTs? What projects are you really interested in looking at? Join me on the path to decoding technology and innovation to grow your wealth on the journey to financial independence. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time.